Hello. Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. We have two American blended basic whiskies. Okay, let me check something real fast here. April 9th. April 9th is Easter. Okay. Need to know that. Okay, one is kind of well known, one is not really well known. Okay, so we have 10 high. The barrels are stacked 10 high. Well, they don't actually say that, but that's what the label's called, 10 high. Sour mash, Kentucky blended, Kentucky bourbon whiskey, blend. Kentucky bourbon whiskey, a blend, means it's a type of bourbon whiskey known as blended whiskey, which is allowed to have up to 49% grain neutral spirits, meaning corn that's distilled into a clear, odorless, colorless liquid and never barrel aged. But if you read the government website regulations, it says that the grain neutral spirits must be stored in wooden and oak containers, like a big vat. Well, if it's being stored, it's aging, right? But maybe it's only stored for 3 days, until they utilize it. But whatever the case, it can't be stored in anything but oak. All right. It has to be at least 51% straight bourbon whiskey, which means at least 2-year age. But this one's aged 4 years. I know it says on the side of the bottle, aged 4 years. American blended bourbon may contain coloring. It may contain flavoring, natural flavors. Doesn't have to, it's allowed. And they do not have to disclose it on the label. Okay, I don't think this particular one is still produced. There is a 10 high. I call it the eagle bottle because it's got an eagle on it, no longer showing a man. But you can still find the earlier recipe because I bought this just yesterday, February 2023, at a local store. So you can still buy it. I bought it. There it is. Okay. And 2 days before that, I bought the current version, what I call the Eagle bottle, bourbon, not blended bourbon with natural flavors, 80 proof. Okay, now here's one that's going to cost significantly more than $9.99. So I paid $9.99, $9.99 plus tax, naturally. This is Virginia Black. This is a half-size bottle, but I bought 2 halves. 2 halves make a whole. The first half is gone. This is the remainder, the residual. See, I got enough left for some taste challenges. Now, Virginia Black, look at that mirror. It's got a mirror on it. On the label, it's got a mirror instead of paper. I'm done with mirrors. Now, let me say this to you. Virginia Black was introduced in 2016. 10 High was introduced in 1934. First, it was a straight sour mash bourbon whiskey. After Sazerac bought it in 2009, it was changed to a blended bourbon whiskey. And now it is a bourbon whiskey with natural flavors. Okay, Virginia Black is not from Virginia. It tells you on the back of the label. This is not from Virginia. They got it. Not from Virginia. It's just a name. Kind of strange, huh? They ought to call it Indiana Black because it's from Indiana. It is a product of Indiana. Check Total Wine before I came on live. You can buy it at Total Wine, assuming they have it in stock, for only $44.99. You heard me right. $44.99 for a full-size bottle. Oh, no, I don't think so. I paid $10 for the same amount, 750 milliliters, $5 for each. 5 and 5 is 10. So I paid $10 at Savannah Discount, the incredibly legendary Savannah Discount of Marrero, Louisiana. $10, but you have to pay $44.99. I'm glad I only paid 10. So in my case, I paid a penny more for one versus the other. In reality, you're going to have to pay $44.99. Okay. What is Virginia Black? Well, it says American whiskey, but what? What kind of whiskey? If you look on the website, it says it's a blend of 3 bourbons or 3 age. Let me go recheck that. 2, 3, and 4 year age, right? Whoops. Here we go. Sorry for the delay. 2, 3, and 4-year-old bourbons, finished with a decadent profile. Finished with a decadent profile. That's making me think they're adding flavoring to it, and that's why it's not called bourbon. Because you could have a blend of bourbons. You call it blended a blend of straight bourbons. But oh well. So so maybe they're adding flavoring. So then it's a whiskey. Okay, a distilled specialty spirit. Angelo Ziccarelli says, "Good morning again from Arizona." Yeah, good afternoon from Louisiana. Tommy Carroll, cheers, Louisiana liquor review. Shot down any balloons lately? I've never shot down a balloon. Okay, so let's get to it. This 10 high has been causing me trouble. Let me tell you, I got it wrong both times. The first 2 challenges, got it wrong. I did a challenge against the current 10 high, bombed out. Turns out I found a little better than the current 10 high. Oh, well. And then I went up against, what was I going up against? And I got that wrong. So I was disgusted. That's not a one finger pour. That's not even a one pinky pour. But I don't want to get crazy. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Cool it. Well, I can't be that stingy because I won't be able to taste anything. It won't be enough to taste. On the other hand, I don't want to pour too much and be going berserk. The bottle looks like a cologne bottle, doesn't it? Oh yeah, Royal. I went up against Royal. Oh, that was one of those situations where I thought, Royal, that stuff is $7.99. That's trash. I'm gonna easily get it right. Oh well, guess what? Ha ha ha. The Royal was better. The Royal had a nicer flavor. So thanks to Heaven Hill. Now in this case, the Virginia Black is darker, but I know why. Now look, that's a little bit of whiskey. That's not too much. I think they're adding coloring to it, caramel color. Can't prove it. Can't disprove it. And this one could have color added because it's a blended bourbon and that's allowed. I don't know though. After 4 years, it might still be that dark. But then you got to consider 49% of this is grain neutral spirits, which have no color at all. So I don't know, man. From our friends at Sazerac. And think about this. It's bottled in California and Kentucky. I don't know what bottling plant Sazerac has in California. I think it's some kind of old Barton facility, but I never could find out about it. I know that Miller used to have a brew, Anheuser-Busch still does out there in Los Angeles County, but Miller had a brewery in Los Angeles County, California. It wasn't being used so much, and it was probably taxes, California, Soviet Socialist Republic, but they got no kind of sense, they just corrupted by their own self-inflicted fame. They think they're more famous, but anyway, enough of that. But they whatever the reason, it shut down, and then they end up selling it to Pabst Brewing Company. So everybody was like, yeah, Pabst is going to start brewing their own beer again. Wrong. Pabst just flipped it, literally bought it and sold it later, like months later, to City Brewing, who does only contract brewing. And City Brewing is currently renovating it. And if you look on their website, they say soon it'll be putting out all kind of wonderful products like Four Loko. All right. So I don't know what the Barton Distillery is in California, Los Angeles County, but it's got to be something out there, because I see products from time to time say California, but they might have sold it. I haven't seen that recently, because they got their big Owensboro, Kentucky plant, and it's huge. And the guy on the phone told me they put out 1 million of those mini bottles a day. Those little 50 milliliter, what the people call airplane bottles. 1 million every day. Now, this Virginia Black is almost assuredly coming from Midwest Grain Products of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, the old Seagram's distillery, which still has the Seagram sign on the smokestack, and has been around since the 1800s, and mainly does contract distilling, but not totally. Started making their own brands. True story. I've never tried any of them. This smells like corn. It smells like caramel corn, though. I'm not kidding. Like the fiddle faddle. You say fiddle faddle. Yeah. Something like that. This smells like corn, but not fiddle faddle. This just smells like unsalted popcorn. Does smell like unsalted popcorn? No, I mean, it does. No, it does. It's just like that corn smell. No, I mean, it just smells like that. Let's go with the taste, shall we? $44.99 versus $9.99. I'm already telling you that 10 High is going to win by default, because ain't no way I'm paying $44.99 for Virginia Black, and neither is anybody else, because I never see anybody buying it. All right, but comes in a nice box with that tactile finish on it. It's like a rubberized finish. I mean, it looks pretty, but I ain't paying $44.99. Haha. That's why I smell like caramel corn, because that's Virginia Black. It's got to be with that whatever that is flavor. Ain't a bad flavor, though. It's not a bad flavor. It's just mild. It's mellow. I mean, Virginia Black is just mild and mellow. Is all the Henny drinkers going to start drinking it? Yeah, sure. No, they want to pay $54.99 for a bottle of Hennessy VS. It's not even a VSOP, VS. Base model brandy. Oh, but it's cognac. Yep, it sure is. Oh, scratch that. That's the Virginia Black. And you know why? Because it just recollected to me. That's Destavely Bonnaroo. It is a nice product. I mean, really. But it's not $44.99 nice. I don't say that. It tastes like creme brulee. That's the thing that's coming back to me. Because I remember years ago I said it tastes like creme brulee. I can't look at the bottles because if I see the darker one, I'm gonna know it's the VB. Virginia Black's unusually dark, suspiciously dark, strangely dark. um, Got to give it credit though. It's as smooth as the day is long. So, okay, they added some kind of sugar concoction flavoring, like a creme brulee type thing, like burnt sugar almost, like, like a marshmallow that was in the fire on the stick. Don't catch a conniption fit over it. It's okay. It won't matter if it's got flavoring. You'll survive. It does make it nice and smooth. Like I said, smooth as the day is long. You say so it's smooth for about 12 hours in June. I like it. I liked it the first time I tried it. Didn't love it. Didn't adore it. I liked it. I would buy it again for $10. I would buy it again for $10. I wouldn't buy it again for $44.99 because I still got to buy the Johnny Walker Black Label, which I never yet bought. And that's an atrocity. Can you imagine that? I never bought Johnny Walker Black Label in my life. I never tried it in my life. And I'm over here doing this. Oh, I'm doing this blended whiskey. I'm doing that blended whiskey, and never tried Johnny Walker Black Label. That's pitiful. It's the truth, but it's pitiful. Okay, but I'm trying 10 high, But gotta be 10 high. I'm calling it. Yep. Okay, I go with my eyes. Let's see. I think people could say a lot of bad things about 10 high because they are full of hate, full of hatred. You know what I mean? Like it tastes fine. There's nothing wrong with it. What does it taste like? Well, kind of like whiskey. You know what I mean? Like it just tastes like standardized whiskey. Nothing special. But then on the other hand, nothing special. But on the other hand, nothing bad. It's just regular. Jean Pierre liked it, but he was drinking the new version. So there's something to be, you got to take that into account. But he's the beverage ramble. Check out his channel. But it's just like regular, like, here comes a train, Kansas City Southern, eastbound. At a high rate of speed. Oh, westbound. Sorry, he's coming from New Orleans. New Orleans, probably from the port, from the probably picked up a bunch of stuff at the port. Two engines. Tankers. Fuel. It's kind of fuel. Yeah, probably from New Orleans. Port City. More tankers. Oh, it's a short train. All tanker cars. That's not related to this. I think the 10 high is pretty darn good. And I think if you said it was trash, you're just exaggerating. I would not give it as a wedding gift. I would not give it as a graduation gift or a birthday gift. But I would stock it as a Mardi Gras parade product where people are going to come over to your house and drink all your stuff. And they're going to reach for the Johnny Walker Blue Label. They're not going to reach for the early times. You know what I mean? You know how people are. So we're all guilty of that. Doesn't restaurant food taste better when somebody else is paying for it? You know what I mean? You're always hungrier. It's like, I'm really hungry now. But anyway, But yeah, I would have it like that. It's fine. I mean, and they're gonna drink it. You got 10 high out there, they're gonna drink it. Okay. And any kind of rum, um, you could think of a bunch. Cruzan, something like that. All right. Yeah, yeah, okay. So it's like on about the level of Cruzan. Cruzan, inexpensive gold and silver rum. Still got it for $9.99 all around. And 10.99.99. And yeah, so I have that. But it's a gift. Yeah, no, I don't go by, I don't think that would be the case. Now, Virginia Black, you could give it as a gift because it's in a fancy box. It's in a fancy bottle, kind of a weird looking bottle. Like I say, it looked like cologne. But you could take it to work and say, I got my cologne. I got a problem. I got a... Yeah, if you're bringing that to work, you probably seriously do have a problem. All right. But you can give it as a gift because it's kind of fancy looking. And what's inside is nice and acceptable. And is it better than 10 high? Well, I guess it's better than 10 high. It's got more elaborate flavor. That'd be better. It costs $44.99. Yeah, no burn, no like alcohol fume type nasty thing. Yeah, these are both smooth though, but Sazerac, there, all this stuff is smooth. So but still, I mean, so in a purely taste consideration evaluation, we're gonna give the win to Virginia Black. Okay, Virginia Black tastes better. All right, we'll give them that. But I'm not paying $31 more for a bottle of Virginia Black because it ain't that much better. As a gift, I might do it just because people would say, "Ooh, what's this?" And that kind of thing. Whereas if you get them 10 high, they're gonna be insulted, because they're gonna know it's cheap. Okay, but if it was just for me, look, I don't pay for labels. I don't pay for fanciness because it's got a mirror on it. Look at it, shining. I'm not paying for that. It's pretty. It's exciting and new, but I'm not coming aboard. Um, I'm just going to pass it up. So when you consider price, is no way, and I mean there is no way it's $31 better. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna. Okay. Max Walt says, hello, Ron. Hello to you, Max Walt, in the Russian Federation. Tommy Carroll says, when are you going to do another Camo Black review? Hopefully never again for the rest of my life, unless I go back to Detroit. Tankers, yeah, like a tank, like a container contains liquid, or like might be like liquid oxygen, or well, it could be anything, liquefied sulfur. Some of the national oil reserve heading overseas. Right, the price in it was going west, so it's probably going to LA, get on the ship straight to China, straight to Tianjin or Shanghai. All right. Well, so this one is one of those mixed bag reviews. Mixed bag meaning that yes, one is clearly better than the other, but the one that's clearly better is not better when you consider the price. It's not $31 better. No, maybe $10 better, but not 31. No, 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 no. Sorry. So it's all about how you want to approach it. If you want to get 10 high, buy it. It's okay. But remember, we're talking about the discontinued, maybe, you never know what size, right? Discontinued, maybe discontinued version. But like I said, I bought it yesterday. Clearly still available. This is still available and it's not discontinued. And that's all we can say about it. So that was a fun challenge, and it wasn't really much of a challenge when you got down to it. So how is the 10 high going to do against, say, like Bellows Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey? That was pretty cheap. You know, I only paid $8.99 for that liter. Oh, what am I saying? I paid $5.99. That was the greatest deal in the world at Savannah Discount. I couldn't get over that. I don't know what they were doing. I think they priced it wrong or something. I was over there and the guy's like, "Hey, boss, you want this?" And I'm looking. I said, "I already have Bellows. I have Bellows. Thank you, though, because I have Bellows. Two different Bellows, Club Whiskey and the blended." I don't know, but something in my mind made me think I gotta go look. I gotta go back and look at that. You know what I was? I wanted to see how much they were selling it for. That's what it was. I said, let me see how much they selling it, because I bought Bellows liter bottles for $8.99 at International Market on the East Bank of the Mississippi River. So I went back and looked on the shelf. I was like stunned. I just kept staring at it. I said, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I said, this is not the regular Bellows. This is not the Bellows I have. So I went up to the counter because I didn't see a price tag. I said, what? Can you give me a price check on this? Oh, yeah, she scanned it. She said $5.99. $5.99. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, aged 4 years. I said, oh, yeah, I'll buy it. I don't know what happened there, but I bought it and it's pretty darn good. You never know what you might find in this state. So yeah, 10 high, yeah, it's never going to beat Bellows straight bourbon. No, no chance. And I don't know what that stuff's supposed to cost regularly, probably $10.99, something like that. Not no $5.99. And then how's it going to do against Cooper's Craft? It'll get killed. How's it going to do against Brooklyn peated bourbon? Oh, it'll get annihilated, but that's $38 for a bottle. That's not that bad of a deal. Well, the price might have gone up, but you know, peated bourbon, not straight bourbon for some weird reason. Is it going to beat Stedman Select? Doubt it. That's straight bourbon, sour mash from the same company. Nah, it won't win. 90 proof. Oh, I'm sorry, 86 proof. George Dickel. It might, because George Dickel is a weird product. George Dickel is strange, man. That stuff tastes like Flintstone vitamins. I'm telling you, and they still make that too. Made by Bayer aspirin. You know, you heard of Bayer? Flintstone vitamins. Why should a whiskey taste like that? I got the George Dickel Cascade Hollow red label, and I got the George Dickel 12 Superior Blend, you know, the famous one, the khaki label, cream color. I don't know. Those might not win because they're so aberrant to me. Well, we'll see, but no use going over it. We'll try to chug through it, like go fast. You know, I'm gonna try to go fast and get it done, and then I mean, really get ready. I'm gonna be trying to get it done quickly, and just like one after the other taste challenge, and then I'm gonna go back and double back, make a U-turn to the left or the right. To the left, I guess. I'm in the United States. So what I'm gonna bring in the 10 high current version, the bourbon with natural flavors, and go up against the whole lineup again, and it will maybe be the same result. Okay, progressive discussion says greetings to you. Hello, James. I hope you're doing well. I know you're still doing your videos on Saturday, I think now, and sometimes Sunday. And they have a free-for-all discussion, like, so if y'all want to join a video discussion where they don't tell you, oh, you can't talk about that. Nope, not going to happen on that channel. They may not agree with you, but they're not going to tell you what to talk about. As long as you let everybody take their turn. Now, if you get on there and you try to dominate the rap jack, if you want to go on a long, drawn-out monologue for 35 minutes and not let anybody speak, yeah, pretty soon you're not going to be on the show, because ain't nobody wants to hear all that in a group discussion. Jason Cleveland's telling James good afternoon, and good afternoon to Jason. So anyway, that's it. So The winner, but in a qualified way. You see what we're saying? It's the winner if you don't take price into consideration. But if you do take price into consideration, then you might want to go with the $9.99 version versus the $44.99. Okay, so that's it. Didn't taste too much of it, but it was enough to discern. And that's it. And I'll see y'all soon enough. And then Progressive Discussion says, hello, Jason, my friend. And then Liam Gillespie says, morning, Ron. Everybody's at the morning time. It's 1:45 here. Eating steak and fried chicken for breakfast with a pint of Guinness. Don't you think coffee might be a better choice for breakfast? But to each his own. All right, bye, everybody.